The book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 4. And his sons went and feasted in their houses. Everyone his day.
Everyone what?
His day.
What is his day referring to?
Both. Say it.
Say it again. Say it.
So everyone feasted his birthday. Guess what, family? Does God believe in birthdays or not? Read. Your mind.
Right.
It don't even have to be on topic.
Teach.
You just say what's on your mind because we done been through everything you've been through, and we finna guide you through the fire that we finna go to.
Right.
So guess what? Say that again.
We were sold.
We were sold to who?
The white people.
To the white people. How did they take us from Africa? What mode of transportation? Was it a cruise? Was it an airline? How did they get us?
Like a truck.
Now, it wasn't a truck. You can't go from the west coast of Africa over the water over to America.
We flew.
Nah. How did they take us? We're gonna show you. We're gonna show you. Look at this. What's this look like? Right here.
Cast.
That's a ship. That's a ship. And these right here are the slave routes. We was on the west coast of Africa over here. These are all the places where the white man took us and brought us all the way over here to these lands here. And some of us went all the way up there. We were scattered as slaves throughout the four corners of the earth. There's nowhere, sister, there's nowhere on earth that y'all are gonna go where y'all don't find a sister that look like you. In China, Japan, ain't nowhere you gonna go that you don't find a brother that looks like you.
Bring it out.
That's why we have to come together, because we all going through the same oppression.
Right.
Read that. How did we get here? Let's see if it was in the Bible 3,000 years before it happened. Let's see that prophecy. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28.
Give me verse 15. We're gonna show you something. We're gonna make y'all smarter than the professors that try to teach y'all. We're gonna make y'all smarter than the pastors that try to teach y'all and your parents.
Bring it up.
Y'all finna become like that. Where you headed?
To my grandma.
To your grandma's house for what?
A birthday party.
Hold on. A birthday party? What does God feel about birthdays? Job 3. What does God feel about birthdays?
Bring it out.
Because the reason why we're in the condition we're in is because of sin. You got to be the ones that go tell your grandmother, hey, we got to stop this.
Right.
Because, no, give me that Job 1 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
Read that.
Chapter 1 and verse 4.
And his sons went and feasted in their houses. Everyone his day. Everyone what? His day. What is his day referring to?
Both. Say it. Say it again.
Birthday.
Say it.
Birthday.
Say it.
Birthdays.
So everyone feasted his birthday. Guess what, family? Does God believe in birthdays or not? Read.
And his sons went and feasted in their houses, everyone his day.
Read.
And sit and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink.
So it was his son that called for his 2 sisters, in this case, to come to their birthday. Read.
To drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting was going about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning,
What did Job do? Go ahead.
and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned.
So what is it called when you celebrate when you celebrate anybody's birthday?
Bring it out.
It's called sin.
Right.
Sin is, what do you know what sin is?
Make it plain.
Give me that.
When you disobey God.
That's right. But what specifically does the Bible say sin is? Give me an example of disobeying God. Outside of going with your grandmother and celebrating a birthday.
Pride.
That's pride is the beginning of sin. You're smart.
Glutton.
Okay, that's good too.
Envy.
What about celebrating holidays that God didn't give you?
Right.
Read that.
Bring it out. For it's John, chapter 3, verse 4. Bring it out.
Read that.
Whoso committeth sin, transgresseth also the law.
Read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Transgression, what does transgression mean, sis?
500 a picture of it.
What does transgression mean, sis?
That's good.
Transgress means to break. So if God says, thou shalt not commit adultery, or let's just say if God says thou shalt not steal, and you steal, you just transgressed or broke his commandment. Because the command, or went against his commandment, because the command is not to steal. In this case, God said, don't be celebrating pagan holidays. Birthdays. Did you know? I'm gonna just tell it to you. I ain't gonna look it up and all that. You can look it up later. What do you? Are you Satanist? Do you believe in Satan? Do you worship Satan? What is the highest day in Satanism? The highest day. What is the highest day in Satanism?
Oh, October 30th.
What do you think?
The highest day in Satan religion is the celebrating of birthdays. Because it's where you make yourself into a god. It's where you make yourself into God. That's why the song says, it's my birthday and I do what I want to. When the hell did God say we could do whatever the hell we want to? God gave us laws, statutes, and commandments to keep. God has better holidays than birthdays, better holidays than Christmas, better holidays than Valentine's Day. Those are Satan's religions, Satan's holidays. Read. Go back.
Job chapter 1 verse 4. And his sons.
Go back to the bottom of it where he said he sinned.
And Job sinned and sanctified them.
He had to sanctify them. Why? Because you sanctify somebody that's unclean, doing wrong. I'm sanctifying y'all right now with the word of God. Because y'all's going to go and do something that was unclean and wrong. And your grandmother had lived her whole life and don't know this because the Christian church will not teach her the truth about God. And that's why we're at the bottom of society.
And rose up.
Yes, sir.
Are Christians bad people?
Huh?
Are Christians bad?
Christians are misinformed. Let me show you. We're going to show you. Because we already showed you that birthdays are sin, right? So, now, we already showed you that Christ is a black man, right? But how did he become white all of a sudden? You got these men right here who set up religions that were based on the Bible, but were lies against the Bible. So you take John the Baptist, right? John Smith said, I'm going to make a Baptist religion based off John the Baptist. God never said do that. When was it? 1608. When we were sold to the white men. We had to follow everything that they said. If we read a book and they caught us reading, they would kill us. Because they didn't want us reading the Bible for what it was. So guess what? All of these people, Joseph Smith, the Mormon religion, John Smith, the Baptist religion, Ellen G. White.
Let me ask you a question, all three of you. Say if I went into your house, I kicked your door in, I took all your gold, I took your money, I took your clothes, and I took you and I sent you to another land, and then I didn't show you how to read or write for 300 years, and then I gave you a religion, and I beat you up. Remember, I beat you up and beat you down. You think I'm gonna teach you right?
Bring it out.
At that point, what am I going to teach you?
The bad stuff and teach me to...
Exactly. So that's what this is. This is the bad stuff.
That's right.
You are absolutely right. Okay.
So we're not saying that our people who are lost in Christianity are bad people. What we're saying is that they've been lied to by the enemies of God. Who wanted to take their place as the Christians, as the Jews, as God's chosen people. Also Islam. Anybody you know in Islam, that's another religion that God told us to stay away from. Rastafarianism, Egyptian, Cabanicism, all of those religions are false doctrines that keep us at the bottom of society. Now, read that again. Go back.
The book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 4.
Go to Job 3 and 3.
So we're just gonna show you that when you worship, when you celebrate birthdays, you're worshiping Satan.
Right.
Because that's what Satan told you to do, not God.
Job 3 and 3. Let the day perish wherein I was born.
What day were you born?
May 27, 2012.
There you go. When were you born?
Birth date. Notice it
February
says
27th.
date.
Birth date.
What was that?
February 27, 2009.
February 27. When were you born?
September 28th.
So this is what God says. This is what Job says about how we should feel about birthdays. Read that again.
And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born.
Job 1 and 1. So let the day die in which I was born. Meaning, I don't want nobody to remember my birthday. Because I don't want nobody coming to me and saying happy birthday. Because guess what? I'm not my own God. I don't worship Satan. And I shouldn't be following the holidays that the pagans worship.
That's right.
You are the Jews. You are the chosen people of God.
Right.
And we have to act that way. And guess what? Do you want to be perfect? Do you want to be better?
Yes.
Do you want to be perfect? You don't want to be perfect. You want to just keep making bad mistakes your whole life? So you do want to be perfect. Do you want to be perfect? You want to be perfect? Read that.
The book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. And this man was perfect and upright.
So Job was perfect for not celebrating birthdays in God's eyes.
Right.
So do y'all want to be sinners who God hates? Or do you want to be righteous and perfect like your forefather Job?
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is